Hey, my name is Roberta, and I am going to show you around my portfolio. So this is my homepage. It's very simple. My entire portfolio is very minimalist in design. Um, I have decided to just use this page to say hello and really directly put what my interests are um, right out there. I have added a navigation bar, which I didn't have in my portfolio before. Um, and I have created this portfolio to be mobile friendly. So you'll see when I do this, the bottom navigation turns into just these two main icons, which is the home and the contact page. I am thinking about putting maybe an icon menu up here as well. I just haven't gotten that far yet. So my next page is my web page. So all the other pages do have the top navigation, so they do have a hamburger style menu. I don't know. Everyone's always told me my entire life that I say hamburger weird, and now I'm like paying attention to it. Anyway, because it's mobile friendly, I decided that I didn't want a bunch of information just to be like blah in people's faces right when they came to the page. So I've added these read more, read less options to the two projects that I have so far, and then I will continue that theme when I have more projects to add. This is one project that I am happy about that I submitted this one during the redesign. It wasn't a mobile friendly site before. I had created it before I took mobile classes. So I thought it was really important to come back and change this up. And then another major flaw that it had was that the navigation was not up to best practices. As you can see now, it has an appropriate hover state and then an active link. So when you go to like a different page, you can see that it's highlighted appropriately, whereas before it wasn't. There are still things that I would like to change here, such as like the placement of this button. But I like the range here just because this was my first round with using JavaScript too, and I haven't had a lot of experience there, so this site was really important to me to include in my portfolio. From here, we'll just bring this right back out so we don't have to view it as a mobile user. And then we will go to the photography page. This is probably one of my favorite pages. Photography is my favorite hobby and essentially what led me down the design career field anyway. Path, I guess, field. I love taking pictures of basically anything. It's hard to choose photos to include here. I had a hard time choosing just because I have a lot of photos that I really like. But as I said, this is not my main focus in my career, so I don't want it to appear that it is. But on the other hand, I do want to showcase my abilities with the camera and Photoshop because I think that it could potentially show clients or employers that I have the ability to do this and incorporate that into websites or design projects if needed instead of having to outsource for a different photographer. The next page is my motion page. I really am looking forward to learning more about motion graphics and web animation, and this is where I intend to put my projects there. I only have one project that I wanted to include so far, and that is the public service announcement that I made about a year ago for a motion graphics class, which when this was the beginning of the pandemic, and it just seemed kind of coy to make that public service announcement. I didn't think that a year later we would still be practicing that same standard, but here we are. And then here I have also added the read more, read less option for the same reasons. The next page is my print page. These are 3 posters I designed for a graphic history course. I really liked learning about these 3 particular styles, the International Typographic Style, Bauhaus, and Suprematism, and revisiting this when I was putting my portfolio together, I realized that I guess a lot of my design style does mimic these 3 design periods. So I think that it was kind of fitting that they are included. And then in the future, I would like to work more on branding. I would like to become stronger in logo design and those types of things. So that's where I would include those projects in the future. And then lastly, I have this contact page, which is very simple. I would like to add, I think, a more colorful background, possibly like a subtle gradient or something like that. I've just included my public email at the moment. I am on the fence about adding social media just because I've heard conflicting reviews on adding social media to your portfolio. So the jury's still out on that. So I haven't really included a lot here. I actually don't know how I feel about contact forms either. And I personally prefer to just email somebody directly instead of using a contact form. That way I have their email to reference, and I have, I can just reference the email in general. So how I want to approach the contact form is also still to be determined, but this is what I've got so far. And with that, that's all I've got. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to hearing what you have to say. Thank you.